Wolverine number 4 is such a good book. So I'd have to say this is probably my favorite single issue Dawn of X book so far since House and Powers. So I've got to be straight up with you. As a single issue, this is fantastic. This is one of the best books this year that's come out so far. So many reasons for it. I'll get into them. This art is fantastic. Victor Bogdanovic is finally doing art for Benjamin Percy writing this book. We have Matthew Wilson on colors. You know what? I think Victor Bogdanovic was born to draw this book. I just feel like this is perfect for him, and this is a perfect fit for Benjamin Percy. It's really nice to see Wolverine done so well, and this is the issue that sealed the deal for me. This is my favorite Dawn of X book. I mean, we have just surpassed my expectations for Dawn of X by 100 times what I thought that would happen, because all of the elements just kind of fell into place perfectly. We have this book starting out, and they're making a lot of references as to what happened last time. Wolverine got Magneto drunk to steal his helmet to go off on a single crusade by himself. Of course, without asking permission. He's here before the council, and Xavier's telling him that he's not here to be chastised. Only they're chastising him, of course. And you see Magneto say, "If you ever so much as, I got you drunk and stole your helmet. You once tore the adamantium off my skeleton. Call it square." What a damn good line. And that's just Wolverine. I like this. He's given the helmet back, and he says that he just might have peed in Magneto's helmet. Little smirk on his face. What an intro. Lots of fun. Of course, Wolverine doesn't care about bureaucracy. You can see that. The name of this issue is There Will Be Blood. When mutant kind came together on Krakoa, past crimes were forgiven, and even the most bloodthirsty mutants were welcome, including Omega Red. But unbeknownst to Krakoa, Omega Red has a new master, Dracula. Meanwhile, Wolverine protects his new island nation the only way he knows how. His. So, I am not usually one for these white pages. It's usually not my thing. Kind of tend to shy away from them recently because they just haven't hit me hard. However, this white page is something that I really loved. Both of them on this issue really, really hit me. And I'm kind of talking about the literary quality of it. He doesn't believe in Krakoa. He wants to, but he can't. Not yet. Because when he takes in a big drink of this place, when he hears the children laughing and sees the flower-filled meadows and smells the salty breeze pouring off the ocean, he can't help fall back on what he knows. And this is what he knows. Every time he's fallen in love, it's ended in grief or betrayal. Every time he's believed in a new beginning, it's come to an end. He's done as much wrong as right. There's a balance to life. But there's no balance here in Krakoa. Not that he sees, anyway. Even Paris, the most disgustingly beautiful city in the world, has got 6 million skeletons stacked into catacombs. 6 million corpses he can believe in. Shadows he can believe in. That's where he's headed now, the Shadow Country, where the sun rarely shines, and he can be alone in the company of others. Because here, no matter where he goes, someone is always watching, listening, supervising. The Summerses, Xavier, Sage, even the island itself. He feels their eyes crawling all over him like spiders. So now and then, he has to escape. He hikes through the woods, leaving behind the perfume-bombed meadows and happy, hand-holding mutants. Sunlight filters green light through the canopy as he heads toward the center of the island, the ground angling upward gradually and then sharply into the cliffs. Here he begins to climb. As the winds knock him about, he forces his fingers into cracks, hoists himself onto the rocky outcroppings, and startles birds squawking from their nest. At last, he reaches the ridge he seeks. pauses here and looks about as if to take in the view. The sunlight sparkling off the ocean, the clouds blimping through the sky. But really, he's checking to see if anyone followed him. Then he steps into the shadows of a stony alcove. Here, he has secretly planted a gate. He looks over his shoulder one last time before stepping through the shimmer of it. If Krakoa is one big blinding beacon on a hill, there's gotta be some shadows lying in wait. Until I find them, I'll seek out my own. I planted my own private gate to the sun-starved north. The Red Tavern stinks like sweat and the ghosts of 1,000 cigarettes. The clientele, the truckers, loggers, survivalists, drifters, is looking to punish themselves with drink. The floors are dirty with sawdust, soak up the blood and vomit. Bullet holes in the walls and teeth in the urinal. They serve nothing but beer and bottom rail whiskey, and the juke plays nothing but country. This book made me happy with every single scene throughout. Like I said, the literary quality of that white page mixed with the narration from Wolverine leaving that utopia, going to the exact opposite place where he feels comfortable, where he feels like home. A bunch of people he doesn't know, a bunch of bar fights. That is home to Wolverine. In fact, right here, stepping into it, he gets in a bar fight. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It was just simply about playing the wrong song on the jukebox. Threatens to rip a guy's tongue right out of his head because of it. And gets in a fight. Guy runs off to the bathroom. We see a stranger walk in. He's talking about how he was driving along the country when he saw it, and he's not really sure what it was, but he looks down, and this is the sheriff. He sees an animal that's been being eaten or devoured or something, and it's a deer, and he's bloody, oozing blood all over the place, and it looks like his carcass has just been totally ripped to pieces. And I'm looking at these people's faces, the way they're talking to the sheriff, it makes me a little uncomfortable. The sheriff's saying that he kind of wants to stay, have a beer, and they're not having it. They don't want him around, and this guy in the middle's got a really creepy grin, something really sinister, and it makes me kind of remember that movie Deliverance. And Wolverine's sitting there talking to this woman. She only has 3 teeth, and, he asks himself if he's ever met her before. That's a little bit out of character for Wolverine, to not remember that. For him to not recognize someone's smell. She says, drinking hard probably don't help. If you don't mind me saying, you're looking a mighty bit woozy. And, all of these 3 creepy people are looking down on him. He's having to go into the restroom, kind of gather himself up. He realizes that he thinks that he's been drugged. Time gets slippery. The world goes wobbly. I barely have the sense to question whether somebody poisoned me or the rock gut whiskey here is 1,000 proof before the plot thickens. Blood. Somebody's out for blood. And not for the first time. I have to ask, was it me? He sees a tattoo on this dead body's neck, and he realizes exactly who these people are. That brings us to the white page that was just a couple pages back. A lot of fun. Welcome to the Mutant Trauma Support Group. You're safe, valued, and important here. This is an adults-only group that was founded to help all those who have suffered mental and physical damage from the mutants. You're welcome to share your personal experience in this safe, warm, comforting place where you will learn you are not alone. We are not professionals, but we do offer love and compassion to all who join. Visibility, invitation only. Membership, private. Must be approved by host. Rule number 1, no hate speech or degrading comments except toward mutants, since they all deserve to rot in hell. LOL. Rule number 2, respect everyone's privacy. We deserve our mutual trust, but we can absolutely dox mutants. In fact, it's encouraged. Rule number 3, no promotions or spam, but fundraiser posts are permitted so long as they pertain to medical funds or mutant-related pain and or travel equipment funds for exacting some sweet, sweet revenge. Then we go back to these Deliverance weirdos. They have Wolverine chained up. They're calling him a mutie. So yes, of course, this is the Brotherhood Militia. some wacko. He recognizes him from an insane asylum, and of course it's the guy with the crazy eyes and the big, creepy Joker grin who eats a fly. They take Wolverine out to the water, and they say that they know he can't die, but they're going to freeze him alive forever. Drop him down in the deepest ocean out in the middle of the winter, probably out here in Alaska. The bartender says, "First time you walked through that door, I almost shit myself. Years ago, I was bartending in Madripoor when a brawl broke out. You were at the center of it. Thrown chair hit my fiancée in the head and cracked her skull. Blood clot killed her a week later. I came here to escape the memory. But there's no escape. I know the feeling." There are support groups that exist because of mutants, because of all the trauma you've caused. And you, Wolverine, have left behind more than a century's worth of carnage. When you made a habit of coming here, it wasn't hard to find others online who were interested in payback. Your past has officially caught up with you. This is the part where you beg and we ignore you. They're taking a chainsaw and they're cutting a hole in the ice right below his chair. He says, "I deserve every kind of pain. I've done wrong. Mutants have done wrong. But for what it's worth, we're trying to do better." Then he smells him. A head gets severed. A fight breaks out. And of course you see Omega Red jump right through the scene, kill everybody in front of him. It's going to be a very, very fun battle. Now, there's probably a few pages left. I can't imagine why I would show you those pages. This is the book that you should buy. If we're talking about Dawn of X, this is the book that I would suggest to you. If you like serious books with a tone very similar to X-Force. Of course, Ben Percy, the same exact writer, is writing this. This is the kind of intensity that I really like to see in X-Men. In this issue, you see such, not just a literary quality in the way it describes what's happening inside of him. The fact he needs to get away from this perfect utopia because he needs to feel something. Because he's half shadow, just like we all are. I'd love to hear what you think about this. Is this your favorite book like it has been mine? I'm telling you, I think that Wolverine is being written even a little bit better than the main X-Men line. The only reason I say that is because X-Men's moving a little bit slow, and I do understand that that's how Hickman writes. Hickman and Percy are two of my favorite writers. I am enjoying Wolverine a little bit more right now. It's moving faster. I just got to say, they're both great titles. I'm going to be reading X-Force as well. I probably will not be covering any other Dawn of X books on my channel, except for the upcoming event of Ten of Swords. Look, I'd love to hear what you think. Am I a complete and total jerk for dropping Excalibur and Marauders? Am I a horrible person? It's just not my style. It's not the kind of writing that I like. I'm going to be honest about it. And look, there's never a better time to buy as many comic books as you absolutely can from your local comic shop. You are the gateway into comics.